I wasn't planning on doing anything this week, Halloween and all. Just gonna get drunk in my mind until Tuesday, but I got sent this clip and I couldn't sit on it. Let's see, and I can't believe I'm putting these words together, what Rush Limbaugh thinks about sex. Sorry.
Do you know what the magic word, the only thing that matters in American sexual mores today is one thing. You can do anything. The left will promote and understand and tolerate anything as long as there is one element. Do you know what it is? Consent. If there is consent on both or all three or all four, however many are involved in the sex act, it's perfectly fine, whatever it is. But if the left ever senses and smells that there's no consent in part of the equation, then here come the rape police. But consent is the magic key to the left.
Yes, Rush, that's exactly it. Consent in today's sexual atmosphere is and should be paramount. There's a reason that the rape police get contacted every time somebody has sex without consent. That's because that's precisely what rape is, having sex you haven't consented to. That's not some leftist definition of rape, that's the legal definition of it. That's also why the murder police get called out when someone's life is taken in an unlawful manner, and the theft police are called out if someone takes your property. Yes, there may be some forms of sex that you may not like, but if I want to have relations with 3 or 4 or 5 other people of various genders and orientations at the same time, as long as everybody is able to consent and does so, then there is no reason to have anybody else interfere. Are you actually claiming that a consensual threesome is somehow worse than one person forcing themselves onto another? There's a difference between tolerate and approve. I have fellow members of the kink community that do things that I don't care for and wouldn't do, and vice versa. But as long as all parties involved agree to it, that's none of my damn business. I don't want certain acts to be prohibited only on the argument that someone else who is not involved finds them distasteful. There are many acts out there that most people will find disturbing. Touché. But just because some, or even a majority of people find something repulsive, doesn't mean it has to be forbidden to those who want it. What goes on in the bedroom of consenting adults is nobody's business but their own. Even the BDSM community, which in part is about pushing people to their limits, understands this. The 3 basic rules of any BDSM relationship are safe, sane, and consensual. When you're trusting someone in a situation like that, it has to be known that all parties have the right to end things the moment they want to. Things like understood limits, voluntarily giving up control, and safe words are the key difference between an acceptable adult relationship and abuse. The latter should never be tolerated. Here's how I can break it down for you. A multi-person, bisexual bondage orgy involving dozens of people is acceptable as long as everybody involved consents.
Okay, first of all, the term orgy is outdated. We call them genital jamborees.
A traditional heteronormative pairing is unacceptable if one of the parties doesn't want to. How hard is that to understand? And just to make this clear, consent cannot be given up by situations one gets into. Taking someone out and buying them dinner does not automatically equal consent. If someone has sex with multiple partners and says no to you, that's their damn right. Even between a married couple, if one party does not want to perform for another, they're under absolutely zero obligation to. No matter what someone has done in the past, or if they're acting or even wearing something provocative, if they don't consent to advances, that's their call and must be respected. Consent is the magic key in determining what is acceptable. If 2 or more consenting adults decide to engage in sexual practices that do not affect anybody but themselves, that's their business, not yours. But once someone crosses the line of having any kind of sexual contact without the other's consent, then it can become a crime. I shouldn't be surprised. This is the same man who claims no can mean yes, so I should have realized he would have an issue with consent. I'm just shocked he was so honest about it.
Sweetie, we're all waiting for you.
Alright, I'm on my way.